Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for signing up to the WordPress training course on how to build a WordPress website for your business. The first step to acquiring knowledge is the most important step in your self-development, as it's said that knowledge is power because knowledge opens doors to opportunities. I thank you for taking the first step to your self-development, and I believe that by the end of this course, there will be lots of doors to opportunities that will be open to you. My name once again is Joshua William, and I'm the Director of Papa Internet Services Limited. Papa Internet Services Limited is a web design and hosting agency based in London. We design and host websites for small businesses, startups, charities, individuals, and everyone else who wants to promote their services or products and connect with potential clients online. In this course, we shall not only cover how to design a WordPress website, but also we'll also learn how to maintain and update an existing WordPress website. We are going to learn as we practice, and we shall build a WordPress website together from ground up, step by step. It doesn't matter whether you don't have any prior experience with WordPress or any coding knowledge or PHP knowledge, JavaScript. It doesn't matter. You'll be exposed to the fundamental WordPress design principles and strategies. And by the time you complete this course, you will be able to design a beautiful website by yourself. I hope you all received the emails I sent to you. In those emails, there are login details to your WordPress, your own WordPress websites. You have the username and the password. You can log in now, and those WordPress websites will help you to practice your design skills. You have free access to your website for 1 month. If at the end of the month you wish to convert your website into a real website, and then I'll help you to register domain name or transfer the existing domain name if you already have one, and secure a hosting account and transfer your website to your hosting account as well for free. But if you decide that you no longer want to keep your website, then we shall have to discard it, because at the moment it's hosted on a live server and the hosting is free for now, but it's to help you practice and learn how to design a website. You'll get certificates for attending this course, so please put your names in the chat as you want them to appear on your certificate. But I must stress that it will be good to offer you certificates when I have fully confirmed that you've at least understood what I've been teaching you. So I'll be looking at your website, see how you are doing, and if I feel you've made some progress, then I'll issue you with a certificate. But if you finish, or if you think you've done some good work before I check on you, then you can alert me and I'll have a look and assess you. So let's begin by answering this question. And the question is, what is WordPress? In my view, WordPress is an open source content management system that is used to design websites. And a content management system, we mean, or is a software that helps users to create, manage, and modify website content without the need for specialized technical knowledge. So instead of building your own system for creating web pages, storing images, and other functions, the content management system, or CMS, will handle all that basic stuff for you so that you can focus on more forward-facing parts of your website. And WordPress, again, like I said, it's open source. And by this, I mean it's free for everyone to use. It is developed and maintained by a community of developers for free. So it's not owned by a single company or a single owner, and its source code is available to everyone, and anyone can modify it and create their own functionalities. WordPress started in 2003, and presently it powers over 43% of all websites on the internet. WordPress is quite robust. It's a very big system, and it has been used to design websites for some of the prominent organizations and brands. Some of the examples include White House. Their website is designed on WordPress. The UK National Archives, Sony Music, New York Times, and so many others. Some of you might have heard about WordPress.com and WordPress.org and don't know the difference between the two. So what is the difference? WordPress.org is the one we are going to use and is completely free to use, but you will need to host your website somewhere or by yourself. So you will need a company like Papa Internet Services to provide you with a server space where you can host your website. And with WordPress.com, well, this is technically not a free platform, you can still create a website using WordPress software for free of charge, but you will need to pay for the hosting which they provide if you want to have a serious website on WordPress.com. The free version is quite limited, and you won't be able to do most of the things with it. So we are going to look at what domains are, what is hosting, and secure socket layer certificates, and how you can easily acquire them. In order to have a website, you need to have a domain name and a hosting plan, and most preferably a necessary certificate, which is a secure sockets layer. We will try to understand what these items mean and how you can get them. So what is a domain and how can you register a domain name for yourself or for your business? A domain name is the address for your website on the internet. It is what people type in the browser in order to visit your website. It is more like your home address. Visitors will need to know your address before they can visit you. If they have a sat nav, they can put in your address and then they can come to your address. So with websites, if, for example, you give a visitor your website name, which is a domain, then they can type it into the browser, which is more or less like the sat nav, and then they'll visit your website and see what the website is. So I'm going to show you what browser is and what a domain name is. So this window up here, which is blank now, is called browser. And then I'll say domain name. If you want to visit the website, you just type in a domain name. Begin with www, 3 W's, dot, okay, let's say Papa Internet Services. So let's go to Papa Internet website, Papa Internet.com. So that's the domain name for our website, and then you hit enter. And then it will take you automatically to that website. Okay, which is coming. Oh, something is funny. Yes, something is funny indeed. Okay, but you get the idea. And the domain name can be registered, of course, by a registrar or a domain name provider. They are called registrars, and such as Papa Internet Services, for a minimum of 1 year and up to 10 years. So you can register it for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, up to 10 years. And it has to be renewed at the end of each period you've registered it for. If you forget to renew it, it will expire and someone else can take it and register it as their own. A company like ours, Papa Internet Services, we help our customers, of course, to register and renew their domain names. So they don't have to worry about losing their domain if they expire. When time comes for renewing them, we do it for them, or we remind them that it has to be renewed, and they'll go ahead and renew it. So what is web hosting, and how do you get one for your business? Web hosting is an online service that allows you to publish your website files on the internet so that people can access your website on the internet. In practice, you rent a space on the server from a web hosting company like Papa Internet Services. And on that space on the server is where you are going to house or keep your website files, such as images, videos, website content, or posts. If you don't have, of course, a web hosting account or a server in a space, you cannot have a website on the internet. So web hosting is very important. And an SSL certificate, which we said is a secure sockets layer, is normally abbreviated as SSL and is kind of like a bit of code on the web server that provides security for online communications. So this is provided by a hosting company. And in our case, we provide a free SSL certificate. So it keeps the internet connection is secure and safeguards any sensitive data that is being sent between your website and the customer. So this prevents, of course, criminals from reading or modifying any information that is being transferred. And this information might include personal details, your bank details if you're trying to buy something online, or any other details that you're trying to exchange online. So it's quite important, especially in today's world where hackers are everywhere, bad guys are always targeting the people, the spammers, so it's always very, very important to have an SSL certificate or visit the website that has an SSL certificate. Okay, so let's go now ahead and look at how you can install WordPress software on your system or on the web hosting plan or account, and how you can set up your WordPress website. So we're going to take a look at a website which has been worked on. In my case, I'm looking at my website. You can look at your websites as well. So this is a WordPress website. I'm not going to go into the installation part because if you get web hosting from us, it comes with a pre-installed WordPress. So it comes like the way you can see it now on the screen. So you don't need to go through the installation process. You only start with the setting up. So that's why I'm not going to go through the process again. But again, if you go somewhere and buy another hosting which doesn't have WordPress pre-installed, you can do it yourself. It's quite straightforward. It takes less than 3 minutes if you use an installation wizard. And it's very easy to do. You can't miss any of it. So let's take a quick look at the WordPress dashboard. So this bit from up here to down here, the black space or bar, sidebar on the left is called dashboard. And for WordPress, the dashboard is the control center for your website actually. This is where every aspect of your website is controlled. You can do the customization, you can do the designing access to the pages, and publishing your website from over here. You can add users, you can add themes, plugins, and everything. Everything will be controlled from here. So let's explore some of the parts of the dashboard. So we shall look at the dashboard as it says on top here. This is kind of like, it gives you a summary of all your WordPress activities on the screen. So there are some options here which you can activate. For example, if you want to know what's going on in your WordPress, you can activate that. So it's telling you that at the moment you have a theme installed and you haven't done much in terms of pages or posts and all that. You can activate all these. You can activate the WordPress events and news, which will come down here. So this is like an update of what is happening at within WordPress. But of course, all these will clutter your dashboard and you might miss some important information. So what I do normally do is to disable them. You can disable them if you want as well, or you can just leave them there. And this part here, the updates, if you have an update pending, it could be an update for the theme or the plugin, it will always give you a notification here. So this one is telling us that we have one notification pending in our area. So we can scroll down and we shall look at, we shall see that this theme, which is a theme that it comes, or a default theme on WordPress, it comes pre-installed by WordPress because it's designed by WordPress. So we can see that it needs updating. So all we have to do is to click here and update it. But we shall get to that point when we reach there. So if WordPress is needs updating as well, you'll see a notification here. When you click on the notification, it will bring you to this page and you will look at what needs to be updated. Like I said, WordPress themes, plugins, all these are softwares, pieces of software which need to be updated because new versions come in and they have to be kept up to date, or else they will have there will be some loopholes which hackers can always use to get access into your website. Okay, so let's go to this part, which are the posts. Posts are like articles, blogs, and anything else you normally see on the website. Or some websites, you will see some websites have updates, they'll have news, they'll have articles, blogs. So they are all activated or designed from here or added from here. And they are different from pages, which we're going to look at, because blogs are dynamic. They are fresh. They can be updated or anytime, all the time. And they help to keep, of course, your website very fresh. They are different from pages, because on pages you're going to have information which doesn't normally change. So pages will be like home page, contact us page, about us page, services page. These don't normally change. Once you put some content there, it stays there for a long time, unless you want to make some minor changes. That's when you go back and edit, add, or delete. But with posts or blogs, these can be changed anytime. You can decide to post a blog every day, or every week, or every month, depending on how you want to keep your customers up to date. Okay, so let's go to this part, which is the media. The media is the control center of all your photos, videos, images, and anything else you want to use in your website. And to add images to your library, it's very easy. You just click here, add new, select the image from the computer where you have saved them. You want to upload, then take them to your website or your library. You can upload as many as you want, and you'll keep them in your library and use them on your website when you are ready to use them. So here you can actually upload. Let me upload two at the same time. So I just click upload 3, and then just click open, and then they'll come to my library. I can keep them there. I can upload videos, can upload attachments, and anything else. Every type of media I want to use on my website, I can upload it here. And when time comes for using them in the posts, as featured images, or in web pages, then I can always go back to my library and just pull them through to my pages. We'll cover a section in our training where we shall at least upload or use one of the images on the website, in the website, on the web page, or in the post. Okay, so let's go to the pages. The pages, like I said, these will include home, about us, services, contact us. Those are the main, well, the common pages we are all used to. But a website can have as many as 1,000 pages. Some websites are so big, they have so many pages, and you can add as many pages as you want. And to add a page, just click on add new, and just give your page a title. So I'm going to name mine as home, and then publish it, because I'm not ready now to start designing. So I'll just publish it. If I want to add another page, I can go back, add another page. I'm going to call it contact us. And then publish it, and keep it there. When I'm ready to, now I'm going back to the main pages area, to click there. Now, when I'm ready to use my, or to edit my web pages, maybe adding pictures, information, and anything else, I do come to this part, just hover on top of the page name you want to edit and click edit. It takes you back to where you stopped, and then you can start editing. But then we shall cover this later. Let me not preempt it. Okay, so from pages, then we continue to comments. Comments, most of you have seen or have made comments on the website. Sometimes you buy something and they say, oh, what do you think? Give us a comment. Or you read a post or a blog on the website, and underneath there is a small box which says comments. Now, all the comments, when they are posted, they come to this area. I'll just activate one of them and you can have a look at how it looks like. So let me restore this. Now this comment was there. It came with the website. And this is how comments will look like. So if when a client or a visitor goes to your website and makes a comment, then a comment will come here. And then you'll get a notification, of course, here, which tells you that there is one comment that is waiting for approval, waiting for your attention. And then when you come in, you hover over the comment, you can approve it so that visitors on your website can see it. Once you approve it, it goes on the website and people can see it. Excuse me. Or you can reply to the sender, or you can edit it and add in a few things or delete what you don't want. Or you can just mark it as spam, which means this sender will not be allowed to send another comment. Or you can just bin it, whatever you want. If it's a bad comment and you don't want it, you can just bin it and it will go in the bin. You can empty it or you can leave it there. It will not appear on the website. So this technically means that for a comment to appear on your website, depending on the settings you've made, which we are going to look at when we come to the settings area, this comment will stay in the inside part or on your dashboard until you have accepted it. Once you accept it, that's when it will appear on your website, and then your visitors or the public can see it. Okay, so let's move on to the appearance. The appearance is one of the most important areas. This is where you control the themes, and the widgets and the menus can be controlled from here. But there is nothing here at the moment because we haven't added anything in. But once we put in the plugins and then we start designing some pages, then we'll be able to see those options here. But themes are controlled from here. You can delete them from here. You can add new ones from here. To add a theme, you just come here and add one. We shall cover that later. And so you go to appearance and then themes, and then you do whatever you want to do and customize even if you want to customize. Then let's go to plugins. Plugins, we shall cover them later, but plugins are pieces of software as well, or apps technically in WordPress, inside WordPress, which will help you to extend the functionality of the WordPress software. So they are like apps on your phone. You have your phone, of course, which is like WordPress per se, but then you can add games on your phone by using an app. We can add games as well here by using a plugin. You can add some, for example, some Google Maps on your phone by downloading the Google Maps app from the Play Store or whatever it is, whatever the phone you are using. Similarly, you can add Google Maps here. You can add other plugins that will extend the functionality of the core WordPress platform. We shall cover plugins in details. We shall see how you can add them in, how to look for the good ones, how to delete them in details. Users. Users, these are people who have access to your WordPress website. So this could be, one of the examples could be your designer. If, for example, you own a WordPress website and there's some technical stuff you are unable to cover yourself, and you asked, for example, someone like myself to help you, then you'll give me rights to your dashboard or your WordPress website as one of the users. And there are different types of users. And each, of course, user will have a different role within the WordPress website. And their roles will differ, of course, depending on what rights they have. So for example, I can give an example of a school. You have a headmaster in the school or a head teacher. So we will assume that a head teacher on this WordPress website is the administrator. The head teacher or the administrator can do anything that can be done within this website. They can delete it, they can change themes, change plugins, change pages, delete pages, and even give rights to other users. Same way the headmaster is or can do anything at school. Expel students, punish them, whatever. And then you have the editor, who is the second in command, something like a head deputy, head teacher. These people can probably delete pages, they can edit pages, they can add posts, but they might not be able to delete themes or delete the whole WordPress website. Then you have authors who are like teachers, for example. These can, of course, post blogs, articles, edit pages, but they might not be able to delete any of those. Contributors might only be able to just write blogs or articles, but they might not have the right to edit pages or add pages or delete them. Then subscribers, these can be anyone else, students in the school. These they don't have much they can do within the WordPress website, other than, of course, submitting comments. They can make comments, they can view, they can log in, they can do all those things, but they can't edit pages, they can't add pages, they can't edit posts or delete anything at all. So you control all of them from here. If you just want to add a new user, you add new. Very straightforward. Put in the username, the email, their first name, last name. Website is not a requirement. You can generate or put in a password for them, or you can just leave it like that. And once you click add, then an email will be sent to them, which will give them an option to set their own password. So then here, this is where you change the role. So assuming you want to give them the editor's role, you just choose editor and then add new user. Okay, then we have tools. In this area, you control a few things from here. For example, you can export blogs, articles from your website to another website, or just export them and back them up and keep them for future use. Or if you are moving them to another website, or if you just want to keep them and use them at some future date. So you can just import them. Sorry, you can export them from your website. So you go to export, choose whatever you want to choose, whether they are posts or pages or just media. I mean pictures, photos, videos, and anything else that is in the media library. Then after you've chosen what you want to export, you click export. It will be exported to where you want it to be, and you can use it in any way you want. Or you can import from somewhere else. So assuming you have exported your articles to your desktop or somewhere, or you've kept them for some time, you wanted to keep them, or for some reason, then you can come back and export them back to your website. Or if you're bringing them from a different website, you can just come back and import them into your website by clicking on import. Check what you want to import. A blogger will import posts, comments, and users from a blog. So you normally use this option. Click install, and then you follow the on-screen instructions. These are the options. You can go through them during your time, but most of them are not very relevant to the basic understanding of how to design a WordPress website. Then we come to the settings. This is an area of some importance because it gives your site some bit of identity. So if we click on settings and then go to general, which is here, we can change the site title of our website. And the site title appears on top here. But again, if you go to your website, you should be able to see it somewhere as well. So I've opened a new tab, which is here. By the way, the quickest way when you are designing your website, it's always good to open another tab for your website. So to open your website in another tab. And then this will help you to keep looking at what you are doing. So if you come here to this word on top and right click on this visit site, then it opens, of course, this, and then you open it in the new tab, which is here. So this means that every changes I make in the inside of my website, I can see them on the outside of my website. So this is how your visitors or your website visitors will look at your website. This is how it looks to them. I have contact us page, which I've done already. I have home as well. It's already there. This is my theme. So it's much easier. You make changes inside the WordPress. You go to the outside, you see how those changes look to the outside person. If they are not as you want them, then you go back and change them. Simple as that. So WordPress training is my site's title. And what's my tagline? we shall see where it appears on your website. So my tagline is going to be have one today. Get a website today, or learn WordPress design. Yeah, let me just make that my my tagline. And then of course the URL of this is your website name, which is URL. It normally comes in when you install or during the installation process. It just comes in by default, and of course your email address will come in by default. And then this is the membership to your website, which we talked about the users. So do you want anyone to be a user on your website? Do you want them to be able to create accounts and maybe make comments and all that stuff on your website? If you want it, then you click that. How do you want them to be on your website? Do you want them to be just subscribers, contributors, authors, auditors? How do you want them to be? If, for example, your website was for, let's say, a restricted website where only people who have passwords or people in your organization can access it, then you can say, well, I want everyone to be an author, which means whoever registers will be able to claim this role of the author and can post, can make changes on the pages and all that stuff. But the general one is subscriber, meaning that anyone can register as a subscriber, and the subscribers have the list, of course, rights in your website. Then everything, of course, you save your changes. This is talking about the format. Well, you can set these up, of course, your time zone, language, date, how you want it to appear, the time format, week starts when, and then after that, you save changes. If you go to the second option, which is writing, then you can make a few changes from here as well. Here you can use this area to customize the way you want to put or send posts on your website. You can actually write a post and send it by email to your website, and that post will be automatically published on your website. So if you want to do that, you choose the category you want them to be, then the email you want to use must be a special email, meaning that you must be the only person probably, or one of the few people who know this email. Otherwise, anyone can send anything and it will be published on the website. And then you set the logins as well. When you finish, you click save changes. And next time you want to publish something or publish an article, a blog, you can just write it and send it by email. It will be automatically published on your website. Then reading, here it has a few options. For example, this first option is asking you whether you want the first page of your website to be a blog style page, or how do you want it to be? You can change it to be a static page, whereby the home page will be the first page of your website. If you keep it in latest blogs, so the first page of your website will be the blog page. Every blog that is posted will appear on your home page or your first page, your first website page. This is normally used by magazines or news or bloggers, whereby whatever they post is for the daily consumption. So it goes straight to the first page. But most websites, they use a static page, which is normally the home page. And then they choose, of course, the second page, which is for where the blogs will be posted. But we haven't set it up, so we're going to leave it at that. And then these other options, how many blog posts do you want to appear on one page? 10 syndication fields to show on the page. That's the most recent. You want 10, or you can change them to 5. Doesn't matter. Or that's 6, and then here 5. And then the short text, which normally comes after the blog or article heading. Do you want the archive to show the whole full blog text, or you just want it to show the shorter version, which is normally like maybe 30 words or 25 words summarizing what the blog is about or the article is about. So let's choose this option. And then down here, it will ask you whether you want search engines to follow up your website and index it. Where I would say, yeah, let them follow it up. It's good when they know that you are designing a website and you are working on it, and then they will follow your steps, of course, as you design, and whatever you put there and they think it's good, they'll just pick it up and index it, which means that your website will appear quicker in search engine results. Okay, so I'm going to encourage it. I'm not going to discourage them. So that's why I removed the tick, and I'm going to save the changes. Then this section will give you different options. Mostly to do is how you want to control your website. So you can go through them and see what they mean, but most of them are very straightforward. So like this one, do you want to allow people or visitors to submit comments on new posts? Yes, it's okay. Yeah. The second one, users must be registered and logged in to make a comment. This is quite good because if someone doesn't want to log in, when they are logging in, they provide their email address, and normally you ask them to verify their email address. So if they seriously want to be part of your website, they will verify their email. If they don't, then they won't be able to register on your website or send a comment. Okay, show comment cookies opt-in and checkbox. Enable thread. Break comments in 2 pages with 50. You can change that if you want. Here it's asking you, do you want anyone to post a comment? You can say no. Those who are registered will be now allowed to post comments. A comment is held for moderation. This is very important. It's always good to keep it as it is, because all comments will come here and you'll be notified to go and work on them. If you want to approve them, you will approve them. If you want to delete them, you will do that. If you remove this tick, it means that comments will not be held in moderation for moderation. So whatever comment is posted will go straight onto the website and everyone else can see it. Okay, you can go through these other settings and see what they mean. Yeah, and once you're done, you just save changes. You go to media. This is really not that important because the sizes are preset for you. Thumbnail, medium size. You can change, but for beginners, I would suggest that you keep these file sizes or file whatever formats as they are. It will help you to have an organized website. Okay, permalinks. Permalinks, this is how you want your, okay, you can see on top here, these are permalinks. So the website name and the page you are on, that's a permalink. So how do you want them to appear? Do you want them to appear like this, which means it will show you the website name, which is papaacademy.uk, the page you are on. Sorry, the page you are on can be abbreviated with the page number, so you won't see the name of it. If you want that, you click here and save it. But mostly I would prefer, or I would recommend, the post name. So the post name will give you the name of the page you are on. So for example, if we go to, let's say, Papa Internet and say web design. So if we go to web design, then we can see that the page we are on is called Website Design Agency in Romford. Well, that's for the purposes of search engine optimization, but the page is web design. So it gives you the whole page name. And this is good as well for search engines because they will know where you are or which page someone is accessing, and it will be a good thing for them when they're indexing. So it's always good to go for the post name. And then of course you save, and that's it. Privacy, we shall talk about it later, but WordPress now comes with this option because privacy is kind of a legal requirement. So this option will help you to create a privacy policy page quite easily. We shall look at it at some point. Okay, so now let's go to this option down here, stack cache. This is part of the security that our web hosting provides for your website. So you don't need to worry about it. When you're hosting with us, you'll always see this option, and just means that this application is activated on your web server and your website is very secure. So let's move a little bit now to installing and activating themes and plugins. But let's first understand what a theme is and what a plugin is. Themes and plugins are among the most important elements of your website, and you need to know where to find them, of course, how to pick the best theme or plugin, and how to install them, of course, and then delete them if you no longer need them. So where do you find a theme? Or what is a theme technically? A theme is a pre-designed website template or layout that allows you to arrange content and web pages in order to create a simple yet a well-designed website. There are so many themes in WordPress, and most of them are free. They are all designed by the WordPress community. But of course, the best use of the theme or the best features of the theme will be free, but some themes, of course, put the premium features or the most advanced features in the paid version. So if you pay then some fee, you'll be able to use the most advanced features of the theme you choose. So how, and the plugin, like I said, of course, it's a piece of software that plugs into your your website and adds new functionality or extends the existing functionality on your website. Well, plugins allow you to create virtually any type of website. You can create an e-commerce store, you can create a portfolio website, or a directory website, a charity website, or just any type of website by using plugins. Okay, so let's see where we can get themes from. Like I said before, themes are under appearance. So you got themes. Here we do have one theme which is here already, but then I want to add in another one because I don't want to use this one. So I'm going to go to add new. Then all these are themes. Like I said, you can see that on top here. They are over, let's see, latest themes. So these are the most popular. The latest themes are over 9,614. So I'm very sure that out of these 9,614 themes, you can surely get or find a theme that best matches what you want to design. So like we said, the theme is a template and mostly templates are pre-designed. So you may not change much on the theme because it's already designed, the structures, the page structures, where content should be, where most of those are already there. So it's always good to look for a theme that best matches the type of website you want to design. So for example, if I want to design a charity website, I can look for the theme that looks like a charity. Or let's say a school website. Let me look for a theme that is for a school. So I can see that this school zone is a theme for a school. This one is for our school departments and all that. That one is for the school. There are lots of them. Lots of them. So I can choose whatever I want to choose. So let me assume that, let me go for this one. All I need to do is just install it. And once I finish installing it, I only have to activate it and then it will become the main theme for my website. If I want, I can also install this one, doesn't matter. You can install as many as you want and keep them in your theme area here, but you can only activate just one. So there will always be one theme that you can activate. So at the moment, we have 2022 as an installed theme. If you look up here, it says it needs to be updated. So if we can update it first, that's good, because by updating plugins and themes, you are updating them or bringing them to the latest version of themselves, meaning that it's always good to have an updated version of the theme or the plugin or even WordPress, because of the hackers, the bad guys. They always look for loopholes in the outdated themes. And then they can use those loopholes to get inside your WordPress. For example, you can imagine if they come here, they can create havoc within your website. They can delete all the pages. They can change your password and you have no access to your website. And they will demand a ransom for you to get the access again. So we're going to activate which one? Let's go for this. Let's activate it. And once we activate it, it becomes the main theme. It becomes here number 1 as the main theme. And it will deactivate the 2022, which was the main theme. And then we can check how it looks like if we want. We can go here and check how it looks like. Though there won't be much because we haven't put in much, but you get an idea of how it will look like, something like that. Yeah, so it has a slide down the front. Or we can just go back to, to where we were, where it was activated. We can go back and then customize it. Because I'm sure, of course, you want your website to look professional and unique. So it's always important to add in features or customize your website so that it looks different from others. And now we are going to look at how you can customize your website. We shall look at how you can add in your logos, your icons, your site titles, taglines, change the layout or colors, put in backgrounds or change the fonts. All those things are what make your website unique. So that's part of the customization. And we are customizing the theme here. So you can click here and go to the customization area, or you can just come down here under themes and click on customization. You'll end up in the same place. So let's go to customization and see what is there. Okay, there we go. So like I said before, here they're asking you to upgrade to a Pro version. That's the advanced version of this theme. There is some money to pay, and then you'll be able to use the whole theme as it is with all the advanced features. Of course, the free version will give you most of the features you need for a simple website. But if you want to access all the features that come with the theme, then you might need to go for the premium version, or just go for the free version, then use the plugins to extend the functionality of that theme. So we're going to start with they have given us the navigation, which is on top. Let's see what they want us to do. So navigation is what normally appears on the top, in the footer, or in the sidebar, and it's normally about menus. So here we can see this is a menu. Or simple example of the menu is here. So that's a menu. And this is the secondary menu, which is on top here. Then we have the footer down here. So those can be customized from this area. So let's go for the site identity. And we need a logo, special logo, so that our website, of course, is branded, and we need a logo. But then we don't have a logo, so I'm looking for a simple logo from my pictures. I'm going to go for this one. Once it comes here, all you need to do is select it, then it appears here. Let me expand it a little bit, or you can just leave it the way it is, or you can just crop it so that you get the good measurements. Of course, when it's big, it will be cut. Like mine has been cut, but it's already up here. Then I'm going to add a logo site title link. Add a custom link for the logo. So when someone clicks on the logo, where do they go? They normally go to the home page. So you can just put your website in here, which will be www.papa if I want academy.uk. So whoever clicks on the image of my logo will go to the home page of my website. Do you want to open it in the new tab? Maybe not. And how big should it be? Let me see. You can expand the height, of course, of the logo from here, or adjust the height of the logo. Then I want to enable the site title or disable it. Let's see what is coming, but let me enable it. So I want it to appear there. We shall do the preview once we do the saving, and then we shall see how it looks like. A favicon, do we need a favicon? I think we do. It's part of the branding because you need to brand your, of course, if you've branded your business, you have to have the things. All these are the components of your brand or your branding, and you have to display them at every opportunity you get. So a favicon is something like this, which normally appears in the top here, and of course, with the most prominent websites, when you look at the favicon, you immediately know the website you're going to. So it's very important. Let's look for one. And let's just use this one again. Doesn't matter. Yeah, there it comes straight away. It's already there. Very good. So we can go back and make more changes, or we can publish or save as we go. So let's go back and make more changes in the header. I think we finished the site identity, which was all this. Now let's go to the top bar, which should be up here. Disable top bar. Do we want to disable it? No, let's show it. Could be some information we want to put there. So the background of the top bar or background color for this bar, which colors do we want there? We have a blue or kind of, let's say we go for the almost purple kind of, and background color too. Let's maintain red. We shall see how it looks like. Border bottom color, they do have white. Okay, let's keep white as well. Social icon separator color, they don't have any color. We can choose any color we want. We can choose from here, or we can just click anywhere in the middle here, or just use the prominent colors, or just click anywhere there and your color will appear. Okay, then okay, so the social color, icon color, we've done that. Info box color, you can change that or leave it at white. Width, let's go for the content width, and then enable top bar on mobile. Maybe not, it will be too much. Icon 1, you can choose any of these icons to use. And icon 2, and so forth. So you can go through these options, enable them, see how they look like. If you don't like them, disable them. As simple as that. Okay, transparent header, that's the top one, or we can just give it a color, but let's leave it at transparent. And then you got the primary header, which is normally this one. How do we want it? Do we want the logo to be on the side and then the menu on that side? Yeah, I think that looks okay. Button size, bottom size, let's maintain the default one. Then menu, the primary menu normally comes on top here. So what's the background of it? Do we want white or we just want black? Let's say we want black. It has changed, as you can see. It's a gradient, so it's not purely black, but we can choose just one color black, which we can do from here by changing the, what is it here? Okay, so if we change the gradient, then we can get the color we want. There are some presets here. So let's choose this one. Okay, and menu separator, menu text. It's a kind of mild black. We can leave it at that. And then all these, of course, they will determine how the top or the primary head of your website will look like. So you can go through them and check all the settings, like site title, what color do you want to be? Black or something. Tagline, what color? Navigation background one. So you can go through all these, activate them or change them and see how they look like from here. If you don't like them, then just remove them. If you want them or if you like them, yeah, leave them there. Simple as that. Okay, most of the changes we'll see them when we go to preview. I just wanted to go quickly through these ones so that you can see what they mean. So we've done primary menu, you got the mobile menu, almost the same thing. How do you want your menu to look like on the mobile devices, phone, tablets? So you can go through the options here and choose the options you want. And then let's see what the footer settings talk about. So you have the social links, can set the social links in the footer, Facebook, that's how it is. Icon, which icon do you want to use? Let's use this one. And another, we have Twitter as well. So if you want to add more, you just click here and add another social link you want to add in there. So for example, you want to add Figma. do you want to add in whatever you want to add in there. So you choose it from here. Let's say we want to add YouTube. YouTube is there, and okay. So they will appear down here. Oh, they are here already. So that's how they appear because we are picking icons for the footer. And once you choose YouTube, then of course, if you have a YouTube page or YouTube profile, then you go to the YouTube profile, get the link or the website, no, the link of your profile actually from YouTube, put it here, then save. Once someone clicks here, they will go to your YouTube page. If you get the Facebook or Twitter, put your Twitter profile link here, and whoever clicks on Twitter here, they will go to your Twitter account. Okay, so that's the footer. And we're just in navigation. We haven't touched the hero. Now, hero means this part on the home page, which welcomes you. In this theme, we have a slider. So we can see there is some stuff that is sliding. So that's the hero section. Some themes will have different things, others will have nothing, but this one has slider. So you can do a few settings from here as well. So do you want a slider, or do you want a banner, or do you just want a video or nothing? If you say nothing, of course, it's going to disappear. And now you can start from scratch and maybe put your stuff there, whatever you want there. If you want a video, let's see whether there is a pre-selected video. No. So you can select the video, click here, it takes you to YouTube or wherever you have your video, upload it, it will appear here. If you have a slider or banner, same stuff. But let's go ahead with the slider which was there. They have a banner somewhere already. Yeah, that's a banner. How does it look like? It doesn't look bad. So let's see if we change it and say my website. Okay, and what's the site title? So my website is good. Enable title on front settings. Yeah. Then of course you can change the font family, the font size, and anything else of these words you've just put here. And the subtitle as well, you can change anything. And where do you want them? Where do you want these words to be positioned? In the middle, left side, or just the left. So the settings are there. And of course, like we guessed, you can upload your image from here. So select file, it takes you to the media library. You select the image you want to use there and put it there. This is the background color or the radiant color, which you can change or remove if you don't want. If you want the picture to appear as it is. Okay, so these settings as well take some time. Go through these settings and see what they mean. Like I said, themes are different. Others will have so many settings, others will have a few settings. So always go through all the settings that the theme provides, and then make sure you've changed them as you want them. So the breadcrumbs, these are not that important. current websites, but you can go in and activate them and see how they look like and whether you want them on your website. Here in general settings, we are going to set how the page should appear on the first page. We've done this before. We chose the home page. We want to have a static web page to appear on the front of the website. So that's why we chose home. If we want, we can change this and say we want a blog post, or we just want contact us to be the first page of the website. But let's maintain home. Okay, and the settings, then typography. Basically, this is where you control the site fonts. So which font do you want for your website? What font do you want for the headers? Which are these? How big should it be? Here they have a Playfair display. So how big is it? 23 pixels. Is it okay? Should we make it 30? Let's see what 30 looks like. There is no preview here. We shall see that later. Transform, do you want it capitalized or uppercase or lowercase? Do you want it centered in the middle? All these you can go through them and see how they look like. Okay, I think I'm being logged out. Let me see why. Okay, so all these settings, you can go through them and see how they look like and whether they look like what you want to do. Headings, these are the headers, which are these ones. So how do you want your headers to look like? So you can go through these settings as well and see how they look like. But headings, normally they categorized in 6 types. You have header 1 to up to 6. Header 1 tends to be very big, or the biggest header normally should be put on the, or should be the first header of any page. So like here, the first header is my website. Technically, it should be heading 1 or H1. Then of course you can change its formatting and how you want it to look like from here. Okay, and this window has kind of become small because here it changed the way it will look. For example, you can design for the computers, like the laptop you are using, for the tablet or the mobile phone. Now, these days, most of the websites accessed on the mobile devices. These are tablets and mobile phones. So it's always good to design a website and see how it looks on these devices. It's not profitable to have a website that will look good on a laptop, but then on the iPad or the iPhone or the phone, it will be just cut. So you can see how you can check how it will look like. So like here, that's how it will look on the laptop. On the tablet, it will look like this. You can still see everything. On the phone, it will look like that. So if there are some bits that are cut on the phone, then you can of course change them. If this word is too big on the phone, then now we are in the phone version, you can go in and change the size, you can change the variant of course and other changes or the height of it. If, for example, on the tablet, it's disappearing this side, then you can change it as well. Either change the font size or change or something you want to change, and all the changes will be reflected immediately. Okay, so that's designing for mobile devices and computers. So you've heard probably people saying that, oh, I'll design a website that is responsive. And a responsive website means that it will display on all devices very well. You can change colors of your website. So which theme do you want for your website? Do you want yellow, or you just want some weird or color, or maybe just that, or just purple? You can choose from here. You can just click anywhere and the color will just come, and we shall see where these colors come in when we scroll down. For example, we've seen an example here already. So that will determine how some of the parts which don't normally change will look like. Okay. Then the background, do we want an image, the background of the website, or no images? Do we want to put in borders, the background colors in the blogs and all that stuff? It's quite detailed, to be honest. You can take some time and go through all these options and see whether you need to change them. If you don't want to change them, just leave them as they are. And like I said, all these options differ from theme to theme. Some themes have so many of them, others will just have a few. This one is quite detailed and seems to have lots of options. We still have a few like menu. I think we have looked at the menu, but we shall look at it later. Widgets, we shall look at widgets and how to use them. But I think let's now go back to designing some pages and adding content into some pages and see how it looks like. I think you'll get a picture of how you customize or set up your website. Okay, so let's go back to creating and editing pages. So before we rush to create pages and posts, we need first of all to understand the difference between the two, that's web pages and blog posts. Like I said, pages will have static information which doesn't normally change, and blogs, articles, posts you post every day or whatever you want or regularly. So pages, if we go back to pages, we've already put in a page. Two, actually, we have a home page. So let's add some little content on the page. So let's go to edit. And when we reach here, we have this side, the right-hand sidebar. So it will just give us some little information. Visibility means this page is visible to the public. You can change the way you want it to be. You can make it private, meaning that you're the only person or someone who is logged in will be the only person to look at it. Actually, it says here admins and editors only. Or you can have it protected by password, meaning that before someone can access it, they have to use password to access it. For example, if it's a membership page, you can restrict it from there. Whoever has a password will be the only person to access it. Author, a template, how do you want the template to be? Do you want it to have sidebar like this, or you want it to be a full width page? How do you want it to be? You can change it from there, or you can keep it the way it is, meaning that you will inherit the theme template, and then of course a few other things. Permalinks, which we've looked already, you can change them from here. And if you want to add a featured image, you can do that as well from here. But let's add some content from here. So we're going to click on this block. This editor comes with WordPress, but you can install another plugin and put in, of course, other editors like Elementor, Classic editors. All those are editors you can use to add words or content into your page. But now we are going to use this default one. And then, of course, when you get time, you can explore those ones. So if you want to add a heading, you click a block for heading. And there it is. And my heading is going to be my website homepage. Okay, now I click enter, and what do I want to write on my website? What is there to write about? Okay, this is my first website. Very good. If I click enter, then I can, of course, keep writing. I can copy and paste. If I have some written already content somewhere, I can copy it, come and paste it here. But make sure when you are pasting, when you right click and paste using this option, paste and match style. Because when you just paste, it will come with all the coding and formatting from the previous area you got the content from. So make sure you use this one option, and all the content will be left behind. So I'm going to add an image on my website. So I only have to come here and say image, and it will give me that option. Then I'll choose whichever image I want. Do I want to add a gallery, which is like a collection of many images, or do I just want to add one image? How do I want it? Do I need an image with some text on the side? Is it a site logo, post featured image? Let me go for this. And then I need to upload the image, so I can go to the library and use one of the images I uploaded earlier. Then it comes, then I can add my content here, which is going to be learning my first code. Look at me. Learning how to code a website, for example, or how to design a website. Look at me learning how to design a website. Or if I have some content, I can just bring it here, copy and paste in here, and it will appear here. Okay, and when I'm done doing that, then I can save my information. But before I save, I just wanted to see how we can add videos. So if you have a video to add as well, you just come and add a video. So we have a YouTube video here, but let's see whether we do have other sources of videos. Yeah. So you can choose any of these options and put your video there. If you have it in your media library, you choose that and get it from there. If you have a YouTube video, you just choose YouTube, go to YouTube, pick the video you want to share and bring it into your website. It's very easy and straightforward. So this YouTube, let's say we want to use this lady's video. The only thing you need to do is to go to share. So you click on share. And you get the link, go back to your website, which was here, and put the link in there, embed it, and your video should be there playing. If you click on it, the video will start playing. And then you update, you save technically. So once you save, if you want, you can go to your other page or other tab and look at how your website look like. So this is what we've been doing. You look at the first head, the second header or top header, how it looks like. The options we are putting there. This is our primary header, the navigation menu, our first image, our first page, our picture or video, and everything we put there is here. This is how you add content on the page. Now, of course, you can go ahead and put everything in order. That's something you can go through slowly. You try and put things in order. So if you want the video to come down here, you do that slowly one by one. Oh. Okay, so that's how you add content on your page. Now, of course, it needs some time. You practice, and then you will get, of course, what it is. If, for example, we want to change and remove this sidebar from the page, like I said earlier, you change the page layout. Okay, so you change the page template, full width, and hopefully it should be gone. So it's gone. Now you have a full width page. If you want it to look better, of course, all these you can put them in order. With practice, you'll be able to put them in order, or we shall be looking at some other time how you can put things in order. Or there are some, of course, YouTube videos which can help supplement your understanding of how to go about putting everything in order. Okay, so let's now move to the contact us page. I wanted us to look at the contact us page because it has some specific information like the contact page, sorry, the contact form, which you need normally, of course, to have on the contact us page. So let's see how you can add a form in the contact us page. First of all, we're going to add a plugin that has forms. Let me first of all see whether there is a form within WordPress itself. Okay, get in touch. And let me look for the form. So here, does it say there is any form? Post comments, no. So there is no form within WordPress itself. So we're going to add in a plugin that will help us to create forms. Now we go to plugins and then add a new plugin. As you can see, there are lots of plugins here, lots of them. In fact, the total number somewhere, there should be a number of plugins. There are more than 40,000. There's so many of them. So there are lots of plugins you can use to add or extend functionality of the theme. For example, this Elementor website builder, it's very good for creating your page in the way you want. So it helps you add in images, words, you drag and drop structures, which you can use to create the page the way you want it. And there is this classic editor as well. It's very good for doing the same thing. Actually, let's install it. We might be able to see how it works in real life. Activate it. Okay, but let's go back and look for the form plugin to use. So you just search for what you want. If you put in a form, the keyword form, lots of forms will come up. You go through, check which one is most popular. For example, this one has been downloaded and installed more than 5 million times. And we can see that it is quite up to date. It was updated last week and is compatible with our theme or WordPress. That's very good. Calculated field form. It's also been installed 60 times. This one 5 million as well, 5 and more. And if you look at the reviews, the feedback on this one, it has 11,000 feedback and they are 5-star. This one has 1,900 by 4-star. So technically, I would normally, though it doesn't mean that it is necessarily good, it might be that it has been there for a long time and that's why it has all these comments and reviews. But again, I wouldn't mind going with the 5 million. So I'll just install that one. And from my previous experience, of course, WP Forms, the plugin is very good. So I just install it and activate it. And then I'll go to the simple setup process of creating a form. Some of the forms are already created, and what's my form called? So here I'll give it a name, and I'll call it contact us. And then do I want to use a blank form where I just put in my stuff, or select a simple contact form? This is already made for me. I can look at how it looks like by going to the demo. So this is how it looks like. I think it's all right for me. So I'm going to use this template. Remember here, we are just creating a form. We haven't used it yet. Of course, as you can see, you can add in more stuff here. For example, we can add in a number, just drag and drop. Numbers, we can add in anything else we want, just drag and drop. If you want to delete it, you come here and delete it, remove it. For example, let's remove the numbers. Are you sure you want to delete the field? Yes. Then when I'm done, I just save it. That's it. And once I've finished, now I need to go back to my website to use it. So I go back to my website, go to the contact us page, and no. Okay, so I go to my pages again. I go to my contact us page. Now you can see the plugin we activated. This is how it has changed the editor we use. Now, if we go back to the plugins, which is here, installed plugins, so the class editor, if we deactivate it, okay, and now go back to the pages. If we go back to contact us, this is how it was, and this is how the actual Gutenberg editor looks like. The editor, text editor, which comes with WordPress. This is how it looks like. But if we go back to the other plugin, which is the class editor, if we go back to plugins and activate it, then we shall see how the editor changes. If we had installed Elementor, it would be looking different. If we had installed something else, it would probably look different. By the way, if you no longer want a plugin, you just deactivate it and then delete it, as simple as that. So let's activate this one and go back to our page and see how it looks like. Now, if we go back to pages, then contact us page, this is how it looks like. It's more or less like writing using a Word application, Microsoft Word. So here, we can just type in what we want. Please get back to us, or get in touch, please. And if we have something we have written somewhere and we just want to bring it here, you copy and paste within here. And it's simple as this. I'll show you. Let me just pick some stuff from here and go back to here. So when you go to text, you will see that the language has changed. And this is taken the PHP, or the language of WordPress. This is what we used to do a long time ago, but now it's much easier. You just write as you see the stuff. But technically, it's normally looks like this. So when you copy something and bring it into your website, when you are using the editor like this one, you normally need to go to text and then copy where you want your stuff, and go back to visual, and then you can see how your stuff looks like, and then maybe start putting it in order the way you want it. If you bring your stuff and paste it straight away here, it's going to come with all the formatting from the previous area where you got it from. So it will not look good. And it might be some of the links where you got it from. It could be links from a different website. They will all come here. So you need to be very careful of that. Now, if I want to add an image down here, I can do that and add an image, but this is a contact us form. So we are going to add a form. Add a form, contact. I think we got a contact us form. That's what we added. Now the form is here. This is the link to the form. You won't see it here, but if you go to preview, then you should be able to see your form there. Now, as you can see, nothing much has changed from here. You still have the page and then the template, how you want it. So nothing has changed. So if you update the page or you update the changes or save the changes and go back to your website and then go to contact us, you can see your form has come to your page. Now, if someone fills this form and clicks submit, the form will come straight away to your email. And it's the email you have used to register for the website, which you can always come to settings and look at. So it's this email which you used when you are setting up your website, or you can always change the email from here. That's where the form will go. Okay, so that was in pages and then contact us. And that's how it looks like. Now, another page which I must show you how it is set up is the privacy page, because it's a legal requirement that you have the privacy page. And you've all heard about the General Data Protection Regulation, or GDPR. So you need your website to be compliant. This is a requirement in the whole of Europe. I think it came in force, or into effect in May 2018. And if you have any type of form, for example, opt-in forms, registration forms, contact us forms, or if you do any transactions, it means you are taking people's data or you are collecting personal data, personal information. And you must have this policy displayed somewhere on your website to show that you are compliant. Okay, or else you'll be breaking the law. So if you have created already your privacy page, you can select it from the pages you created, if you created it already, and use it here. If you haven't created one, you can create one, or you can use one which has been created for you by WordPress. So it's a bit straightforward. So the only bits you need to come in and change, for example, it has put in my website address already. So suggested text, I don't want that, of course, to appear. So I'm going to remove that. I'm going to come here and remove suggested text. I can read and see what they have said. If I don't want some bits, I'll remove them. I can remove that. And then, of course, at the end of it, after reading through and changing everything, if I want, I can just add my email down here, or my contact information, contact info, just the email maybe if I want, and then I'll publish my page. You can actually stick to what has been suggested by WordPress and you'll be good. Okay, you publish your page or save your page. Now, if I come to my pages, I'm sure I should have this page, which is already here. Okay, now that I have my pages, we're going to look at how to add blogs and blog posts and categories, and then we shall go through how to do the menus and the navigation of the site. So posts, like we said, we can create posts are blogs, like we said, and the articles, of course, the information you want to regularly post on your website for viewers to see. It could be informative, it could be educational. It depends on what you want to say to your visitors. It's like the posts you normally send on Facebook posts. Could be the same thing. So we're going to create categories first, because this is where the information will be stored. And of course, categories help you to put everything in order. If you have news, all the news you post will go in the news category. If you have updates, they'll go in the updates category. If you have trainings, all the posts about training will go in the training category. So let's create, I think there could be some categories already in here. So we are going to create a training category as well, and add a new category. So it's here. If you want, you can put a description and all that stuff, but all those are not really necessary. Then we're going to create a blog, or we're going to create a post. And let's go to add new. It's the same as adding a page. So what's the title of our blog? So the title is going to be my first blog, or my first article. And then I'll come down here, and then I start typing, of course, so copy and paste into it. So my first article is about website design. Okay, if I want to add an image, I'll do that. So I can add a video if I want from here. But if there's nothing to add, I'll just leave it at that. Or maybe paste in my stuff, which I got from somewhere. Okay. So now I'm pasting the content which I got from where I was probably writing it from. And then I'll just come here and put it in the category one. So which category do I want it to be? So that was probably about training. And do I want an image like to appear in front of it, which is a featured image? Yes, I want one, because to make it look good. Then update here, and then my image is there. Now I'll publish my post. Okay, if I want to look at how my posts look like, I can just preview changes or look at my post. It's the same way you look at your pages. And this is my post. That's my article training. That's my post. That's my picture. And that's my whatever my content which I put there. Okay. And the comments I was talking about, if someone reads your comment and they like it, I may say, oh, I like your post. Okay. And post the comment. We'll see again where this comment goes. So if I go back to my website and you go to comments, I should be able to see that someone has made a comment, which is, I like your post. Now, because I'm the person who has made it, of course, it has been approved already, so it's on the website. But if someone else had made it, then it would be here pending, waiting for approval. But I can unapprove it as well, which means I've removed it from the public view. No one can see it until I approve it. Okay, so I have now added my post. That was my first post, which is down here. If I want, oh, I have many already. This one is default. So let me remove it. So I have two. And I can see that there is a comment on one of them. So I can click here and go and check the comment. But if you have a post already on your website and you want to change it or edit it, then you come to edit, go to edit, and it takes you back to the editor, and then you can change your post to update it. So this is how you change things on an existing website, actually. That's what I meant. Okay, so I did cover how to upload pictures and videos into your library. And now you have seen how you can use them on your website or in your pages or posts. So that I think I won't be going through it again. Now I'm going to show you how you, after creating all your pages and posts, how do you show them on, how do you create a navigation link or menus so that people can easily click on them and go to those pages. So I'm talking at something like here. How do you create these so that people can just click and go to that page? So let's cover that. So there are different types, of course, of menus. Some will be in the footer, others in a header, others in the sider or widgets. But sometimes as well, it depends on the theme you are using, because some themes will allow you to use them in certain areas. So, and mind you, website navigation is very important, extremely important, because it works as a signpost for your website visitors. If it's not clearly designed, your visitors will get lost around your website. If it has 20 pages, if they go to one page, they might fail to go back to the page they wanted to be. So you have to plan your navigation extremely well. Okay. So like any other signpost, of course, you have to put it in the place that is well visible. And in this case, it is on top of your website or in the footer or in the sidebar sometimes. And now we're going to be using widgets. I told you about widgets. Widgets are found under themes. And then we have menus, we have the customization as well, and other things. So before we go to widgets, I'll try and explain what a widget is. It is a web application that enables you to add specific features to your website. Widgets can be added at different areas on the website, depending on your website's theme layout. But typically, they are added in areas such as sidebars, footer areas, mainly. So you won't find a widget in the middle of a web page. No, it doesn't go there. Okay. So let's see how you can use widgets before we can actually go to menus. So if you go to appearance here and click on a widget or widgets, it will take you to the widgets area. Now, this is the sidebar. The sidebar is the area of the website, which is technically this one. Now, as you can see, we already have archives, categories, search, recent posts, recent comments. These are widgets. All these are added in by widgets. So for example, there is a widget on search, which is in the sidebar area. There's a widget on recent posts, and they will look like this. So when you look at this sidebar, this is a sidebar. The archives are here already, the categories are here. The search search icon is here, search functionality, recent post, recent comments. But we can add one maybe there. And what should we add there? We can add a video. It may be too big. Let's try and add an image. Choose one from the library. Let's add this one. There's a button down here I'm using. You probably can't see it. So I select that. It comes. And now I have a picture in the sidebar. If I update and go back to my sidebar, refresh, I should be able to find an image in the sidebar. So this was put in by a widget. Okay, so that's what we mean by widgets. And if I want, I can add another widget. And as you can see from here, there are lots of widgets you can use. Let me try and put this on top. Okay, there are lots of widgets you can put. Lots of things you can put in the widget. So for example, you have even a paragraph, you can write some stuff and put them in the sidebar. Headers, lists, quotes, tables, galleries, files, or buttons, or whatever you want to put there, you can always put there. You can put there the social icons as well. Yeah, so like the Twitter, the what, you can have them there. And that was the sidebar. Now we go to the left header, right header. So like I said, this theme doesn't have, okay, this theme doesn't have a widget in the footer. You can only have in the right header, left header, and the sidebar. So you can't put one in the footer. Okay, but let's not dwell so much on that. Because you can still use other things in the footer, even if you don't put a widget there. Okay, so let's go and look at menus and how you can use menus. So if you want to create menus, you go to the appearance, then menus, and go to menus, and the menus are just here. So I've created these already, but I'll just remove them and start afresh so that we can know what I mean. Now, to create a menu, click create, give it a name. I'm going to call it main menu, and then save it. Then after saving it, I'll add in pages onto this menu. So I go to the pages I've created. Pages are here, you can see. So I'll just pick what I want to appear in that menu. I can create as many menus I want. So after picking what I want, I just click on it, then it goes there. Okay, that's a menu. And then I save it. Once I save it and go back to my website, I'll see that my menu is there now. Okay. Now, if I go back, I can change the way I want my menu to look like. For example, I'm going to put this page in my menu and then hide it under Contact Us. And then, first of all, where do I want to show that menu? So I said I want it in the primary header, which is the top header. And then if I save that menu and go back to my website, refresh, then now I can see that I have the home, Contact Us, but this arrow going down shows me that there is another menu underneath, the second menu, so which is privacy. So I can click and go to privacy. Okay, that's how you do that, those types of menus. And then I can add a blog category onto my menu as well, or create another menu. Let me create another menu and put it in the footer. I'll see where it appears. Footer menu. Okay, I want it in the footer, and I'm going to create this menu, and then I'll have all the pages footer menu. We'll have all the pages in that menu. Okay, and I think this one should come before this. And then I'll have the categories as well, which will show my blogs. So let me just use the training category. Okay, if I want to show, let's say, posts, I can also choose posts from here and show them actually in the menu. Or if I want to show a menu label that links to a different or an outside or an external website or another page somewhere, you can do that. So I'll just put the website name here, and then I can say YouTube, for example, if I want to link to YouTube. And then my menu will be HTTPS, whatever, youtube.com. Or I can just go to YouTube and copy the link and paste it here, and then add it here. It will look exactly like that. If I want to change the title for this page, I'll just click on the downward arrow and then just change it to privacy. Okay. Okay, change it to privacy and save. Okay, so that's my menu, which I want to appear in the footer. I'll see whether it's there. Let me first refresh. Yes, it's down here. Home, Contact Us, Privacy, Training, YouTube. Yeah, it's already there. Okay. So that's how you create menus and put them in different areas of your website. Like I said, for this theme, we can only put menus in 2 areas, in the footer and on top, which is the primary. But if you want, you can put it in the sidebar, which is the widget. You go to the widget area and use a widget to put it in the sidebar. So you create widget. Let's search for the menu, navigation menu, and then which menu do you want to use? Let's use footer menu. What's the title? Let's say it's a quick links, and then you update, and if you go back to your website, refresh, you should be able to find your menu somewhere down here. Okay, it's already there. So that's how you use menus in different areas. That's how you use widgets in different areas. Okay, so we're almost coming to the last part, and this is going to be WordPress security, backup, and maintenance. Like I said, of course, keeping your website secure is very important. Keeping it up to date, it's important and always good to have a backup somewhere because anything can happen. After sweating and toiling and maybe spending all your money creating a website, of course, you don't want some bad guys to hack into it and either shut it down or demand a ransom. So it's important to employ some techniques that will help you protect your beloved website. We normally provide, when we provide web hosting, we provide a security plugin as well, which is down here. It's called Stack Catch. It will protect the website. But then it's always good as well to employ some plugins which might help you stop spammers, hackers, and all the bad people, of course. The plugin, of course, all these functionalities are added in with the plugin. So you go to plugins, look for the plugin that you think is good. So I'm going to go to add new. Then there are lots of plugins you can use, of course, for security. Let's go and look at a few. If you come to plugins here and search for them, if you just put in security, most of them will come up. And like I said before, we're looking at how many times it has been installed. We are looking at the reviews. We are looking at whether it's up to date and whether it's compatible. So if we look at, this is WordFence security all in one. This is 4 million plus, 1 million plus, 3,000 feedbacks, 1,000. This is 5 million, 1,000 feedback. This is still very young. This is still not so bad. This is not so bad. So you can just choose any, but from my experience, WordFence is good. This one is good as well. And iTheme security is good as well. So you can go with any. Let me say I go for iTheme security. And of course, if you want to know more information about these plugins, you click on more details. Then it brings you to this page where you can read about what it does. Description, what it does and what is there. You can look at how it is installed, which is very straightforward. You look at the screenshots if it's of any help to you, and you can read the reviews as well. Okay, I can see that 81 reviews, about 4-star, 1-star. So I can look at why these people gave it a 1-star. Some of them will be relevant. Be aware you will lose new users. 2 months ago. Paid for a premium, still getting hacked 3 months ago. Well, you can check through the reviews and make your decision, but that's how you look at them. Okay, now we installed iThemes. Let me activate it. Of course, after activation, it may take you through a few setups. So you come here. Normally, it puts an icon here for you uh, for quick access. So you can always click on the icon and go and see what they are talking about. So if you go to the setup, you can go through a few stages or process. They normally take you through what they want you to do. So here, choose the type of website, select the website. So is it an e-commerce, network, non-for-profit, blog, portfolio, brochure? I would say, was it a school? I say not for profit. So is it for self, for client? You're making it for someone? It's for myself. I want to assign it to the administrator. Do you want to secure your donor account with a password policy? No, really. Do you want two-factor authentication? No, really. So this is where before you log in, it may ask you to verify your identity by sending you maybe a text to your phone or to your email. Okay, so how about lockouts, brute force? So these are automated kind of attacks on websites used by hackers. So you want them to be blocked, of course. Utilities and all that stuff. Then user group, default. Okay, you can go through these setups and see what they are. And after you're done, it will be good to go. Secure site, enable features. Okay, so now I can say my site is secured. Okay, what I do advise you against is to use more than one plugin doing the same thing. So if you've chosen this plugin for security, don't choose another one. If you've chosen iThemes, don't choose WordPress because they will crash. They will have some settings which will not be compatible with each other, and they will end up actually making your site vulnerable. So make sure you only upload one plugin that will be able to do one thing for you. So from their dashboard, of course, you can see how many people. So these are the users here to show the users or people who tried to access your website and were blocked. Here it will show the backups, database backups, so you can easily backup your stuff as well. Then to show you the attacks you got, where they came from, were they from Russia, were they from where, it will show all the information there, that dashboard. Okay, so that's the security of your website. Now, the backup, also the backup is done by another plugin. So you go to plugins, you go to add new, and then backup. Let's see what backup plugins we have. So we do have lots of them, as you can see them. Updraft Plus, Jetpack, backup migration, W backup. All these can do the job, but always, of course, like I said before, go for the basics and choose what you think is good. So for example, this one has been downloaded 60 times, but it hasn't been tested with the version of the WordPress we are running now. So I wouldn't recommend that you go for that. This one, yes. So I would go for that. But I normally use this first one, Updraft Plus, and I think it's good. You can back up your database, your website database, and all the information on the database on the website to an external storage like Google Drive or Rackspace or Dropbox. And then if anything happens, you can always come back and upload your site again and have it fresh. You can set up, of course, automatic backups, and it will be backing up your site if you want every day or every week or every month, once in a month. It does the top up. So once it backs up the whole website, then next time it will just back up the latest features or the latest post or whatever is new on the website that was not backed previously. So that's how it works. And you just install as usual, activate, go through the simple setup process of choosing where to back up your stuff. And then when you finish that, then your site will be backed up. So if I show you the simple the simple setup. So if I go to setup, let me set it up. So files, backup scheduled, you want it manually or you want it automatically? So I will say I want it every month. And how many should I keep in my external storage? So I will say I'll keep 2, meaning that there will always be 2 versions, the first one and the new version. Okay, so the database backup, I want it every month as well. I want 2 backups. Then where do I want to keep them? I'll say, okay, let me use my Google Drive. If you click on Google Drive, then of course it will take you through the process of using Google Drive, and then you save changes, and then it'll be good to go. Or the backups, if you go to your Google Drive or your external drive, you will see all your backups there, the plugins, the themes, and everything else. So if you want to, of course, bring it back, if something happens and you want to get your older version, then you come to the same plugin, you go to backup, you look for backup now, you look for, it takes you to where the external storage is, you pick the version of the backed up website you want, then you bring it up and your website will come live again. Okay, so the last bit is of course, the maintenance, which has much to do with the updating of plugins and themes. So I would recommend that if you have a website and you are the administrator, you keep checking like at least once in a month. Every month, log in and see whether there are any updates to your software which needs to be made. With plugins, plugins can be enabled to auto updates. So if I enable this, for example, it means that every new update that comes, it will be updated automatically. So it's basically like your phone. When you set it on auto update, if there is a new update to your phone software, it will be updated automatically. So that's how plugins, they have that option, which is a bit new actually. With themes, Themes, you will have to come in and update them manually. There isn't that facility yet in the themes where they can be updated manually. And the reason technically could be that the changes or the updates they have put in the theme might be so probably advanced that if you just update or if it's auto updated, then the whole site might crash. The same thing with WordPress. It has to be updated manually. So you have to come to WordPress and update WordPress manually. Okay. But the good thing is once you log in, all the updates will be here. There'll be a notification here which says updates. And when you click on updates, it will take you to this area where you'll find what needs to be updated. And then you can, of course, update whatever you want to update. So technically, that's what we wanted to cover in this tutorial on how to design a WordPress website for your business. Of course, I know you have many questions. You can go ahead and ask them. You can always get to me by email, by phone, if you have any questions. Now I'll be expecting you to be working on your websites. If you are ready or if you want to ask me any questions, feel free to get in touch anytime, because our main objective is to give you the skills which you can use to build your websites for your businesses. Or some of you might want to take up a new career, you can do that. And others might want to update their websites on maybe their existing websites, which is perfectly fine. Okay, but if you feel you need a website as quickly as possible, then we do have a special offer at the moment for a WordPress website, a full complete WordPress website with 4 pages. We normally do this for $4.99, but it has been discounted to $179, which is more than 60% discount. So if you rush, you can get a chance of having a brand new website by yourself. Okay, so that marks the end of our course. Now we have a few more courses coming. We shall have a course on digital marketing, but before that, we shall have another training course on setting up an e-commerce website. So when you finish going through this website of yours, I hope by the time we go for the e-commerce website, you'll be at you'll have acquired some good understanding of what WordPress is. And then we shall convert actually the website you have or you have been working on, we shall convert it into an e-commerce website, meaning that you can use it to sell any of the products you sell or services, and you can take payments online as well. We'll learn how to do all that and how to update your products, how to add in discounts, how to add in images, how to add in descriptions. We shall learn all that, and how to set up, of course, payment gateways where people can pay you through and then you get your money. Okay, so that will be the next lesson. The details will be soon put out there, so keep an eye on the new details. And of course, like always, places are limited, so the sooner you grab the chance, the better. Okay, thanks very much for today, and that marks the end of our training for today. Thank you.